But we begin tonight with a full-on crisis in our democracy.
Uh-oh, there's another crisis, and this time it's full on.
Professor, would you say it's time for everyone to panic? Yes, I would, Ken.
As federal workers are literally locked out of their offices while operatives working for a private citizen essentially take over our government.
And everything spontaneously combusted, right? Because they were doing such essential work. Planes were falling out of the sky. Oh, well, to be fair.
If this were happening in any other country right now, I promise you, I'd be on the air calling it a coup.
Joy Reid, I've got to say, I really hope this time it's a real coup, because you and your pals are getting to be a little bit like the boy who cried wolf. And we all know what happened to the boy who cried wolf. They buggered him into next week in the uncensored version. And at least the boy who cried wolf, what was his name? Peter? At least that boy was, screwing with people because he was a bit bored. You spastics don't even know why you're doing it anymore. It's just become the thing that you do now. Say there's coups and, crisis.
We can brag on Marco Rubio. I'd be happy to do it, but I'm going to tell you right now, people are going to die in very large numbers around the world.
Professor, without knowing precisely what the danger is, would you say it's time for our viewers to crack each other's heads open and feast on the goo inside? Yes, I would, Ken.
Who are expecting the United States to live up to our promises, to get them medicine, to get them help. And when that happens, people are going to remember that. There are people right now who have HIV who are alive only because the United States is making sure of that. Donald Trump says, we don't care. You go die.
Through USAID over the past several years, these are some of the insane priorities that organization has been spending money on. $1.5 million to advance DEI in Serbia's workplaces.
We get to decide where money is allocated, and it's the executive's power to make sure that that money gets to where it needs to get.
$70,000 for a production of a DEI musical in Ireland.
It's the essential programs that USAID provided that kept my family and I fed and safe.
$47,000 for a transgender opera in Colombia. $32,000 for a transgender comic book in Peru.
We are here to fight back.
And I would just say a strong message to Democrats who are out there pretending to be outraged about the long list of crap that this administration is cutting, federal waste and funding, like $2 million for sex changes in Guatemala.
It is the resources that so many people around the world rely on.
$6 million to fund tourism in Egypt, $20 million on a new Sesame Street show in Iraq.
It's our soft power.
السلام عليكم يا جماعة. أهلا وسهلا فيكم. خلينا نقول لكم على الحروف الأبجدية. يلا خلينا نبدأ.
Oftentimes, people interact with our country through the military. That does not create love for us, and it certainly does not keep us safe.
$4.5 million to combat disinformation in Kazakhstan. I could go on, and I'm happy to provide this list to every single one of you. Democrats are outraged that the American people want to be, they want their taxpayers going to good uses, not stuff like this. But then they're very quiet about the fact that there are still North Carolinians and people in California who have lost everything. And in the last 4 years, this federal government did nothing to help them. I don't know about you, but as an American taxpayer, I don't want my dollars going towards this crap. And I know the American people don't either. And that's exactly what Elon Musk has been tasked by President Trump to do, to get the fraud, waste, and abuse out of our federal government. Thank you, guys.
Who's Daniel Boland? Oh, Daniel Boland, this is a heavy hitter. Do you guys know who this is?
Okay, so welcome back to another episode of the Daniel Boland Show, where I will be wading valiantly in on American and international politics. That's just the way this show is going at the moment. I'm sorry if you can't handle it, but, I don't want to be overly political, but I do sometimes, think to myself, if Dave fucking Rubin can do it, then why can't I? And in today's episode, we're going to be discussing USAID, which we will no longer be pronouncing like that. It's USAID. Obviously, the person who invented USAID did not want everyone to call it USAID. They wanted them to say USAID. It was their clever play on words. Even though I get it, AID stands for Association International God knows what. I'm sure Band-Aid was Band of Associates of International Dickheads, or whatever. But we didn't call it... we call it Band-Aid because, you know, like a Band-Aid that you put on... Fucking hell, where did everyone's sense of, aesthetic go? Anyway, let's take a look at this band of international dickheads, getting all their money taken away from them.
Now the head of USAID, the head of Doge, Elon Musk, called USAID a criminal organization and added that it is time for it to die. Do you agree with that?
They have basically evolved into an agency that believes that they're not even a U.S. government agency, that they are a global charity, that they take the taxpayer money and they spend it as a global charity, irrespective of whether it is in the national interest or not in the national interest. One of the most common complaints you will get if you go to embassies around the world from State Department officials and ambassadors and the like is USAID is not only not cooperative, they undermine the work that we're doing in that country. They are supporting programs that upset the host government for whom we're trying to work with on a broader scale and so forth. So they're completely unresponsive. They just don't consider that they work for the U.S.
It supports freedom fighters everywhere in this world.
That is a crime. It's also not something USAID is authorized to do. They are not authorized to fund opposition to other nations.
They just think they're a global entity and that their master is the globe and not the United States. And that's not what the statute says, and that's not sustainable.
Now, that all sounds very reasonable to me. I thought that at this point it was a cliche that governments misspend our tax revenue, you know? I thought that we all agreed on that, and when somebody comes along and shows you the receipts for Iraqi Sesame Street and sex changes in Guatemala, you'd think everyone would go, okay, that's mental. We draw the line there. However, in the interests of balance, nuance, all of the things that make the Daniel Boland Show what it is, I think we should at least hear them out, you know, the other side. The people who are upset about the cancellation of the tranny operas in Costa Rica or whatever.
Shut this entire city down! Not on our watch. Because what they will try to do, they will try to separate us. They will kick the trans people off the bus. They're kicking the indigenous people off the bus. They're kicking our intersex community off the bus.
Are they? I didn't hear anything about that. Or is this one of those metaphors that I've been hearing so much about? Because I think the only transport anyone's kicking any of you freaks off is the gravy train. You work-shy pests.
Our Two-Sphere Plus family, they're kicking them off the bus.
Okay, so I think this person is a little confused. She seems to be at the wrong protest. She believes that they're kicking the Two-Spirit families off the bus. No one's kicking no one out of nowhere, right? By the way, I hope that you really believe you are whatever that is supposed to be. Because if not, you're upholding a lot of negative stereotypes, okay, for one person. This is really, it's kind of a hate crime, to be honest, against many collectives. But I have to say, of all of the weirdo spectrum dwellers that I would kick off the bus first, I think it would be the Two Spirits. Oh, Two Spirits, you say? How about 2 tickets then, spaz? That's actually a bit of a romantic fantasy of mine, I'd like to be... some kind of rogue maverick, if you will, ticket monkey on the New York subway. And if any of the crazies gave me any lip, I'd just Daniel Penny their ass into the happy hunting ground.
They just want a membership LGBT bus. Well, guess what, babe? That LGBT bus, it's not going to have any gas. It won't have any tires. Y'all not going any far.
USAID awarded $2 million to strengthen trans-led organizations to deliver gender-affirming health care in Guatemala. So to each of you this morning, does this advance the interests of American citizens paying for trannies in Guatemala to the tune of $2 million? Yes or no? Governor?
I have no position.
Of course you don't. Okay, USAID awarded over $750,000 to fund alleviating loneliness among migrant garment workers in India. Does this advance America's interests, Governor?
No.
No. I have no position.
USAID awarded $1.5 million for providing a gender-sensitive response to migration at the Venezuelan border. Does this advance America's interests, Governor?
No.
No. I have no position.
Does this advance the interest? Okay, so USAID awarded $4.3 million on October 1st, 2023 to a group to fund comprehensive health services for men having sex with other men in South Africa. Does this advance the interests of American citizens, Governor?
No.
No. I have no position.
I bet you don't. Okay. USAID awarded $1.5 million to advance diversity, equity, and inclusion in Serbia's workplaces and business communities by promoting economic empowerment and opportunity for LGBTQI plus people in Serbia. Does this advance America's interests?
No.
No. Nope.
You have no idea, right? Okay.
Well, let's be intellectually honest. I'm sure there must be a reason why, you know, America is going all around the world trying to encourage people to be trans and gay.
I found out that AID has given money to support the World Economic Forum. Why would the United States taxpayer be subsidizing the World Economic Forum when everybody that arrives over there arrives in a Gulfstream G5?
To my friends who are upset, I would say with respect, you know, call somebody who cares. They better get used to this. It's USAID today. It's going to be Department of Education tomorrow.
Oh dear God, no, not the Department of Education. What about all the things?
Depending on us to win all the things. NEA, we have to win all the things. All the things. All the things. Our colleagues are depending on us to win all the things.
Okay, Loquacia, we get it, you swallowed a dictionary, but honestly, you're going to have to cut out all of that flowery language if you ever want to win over the everyday man like me again, okay? We can't keep up with all of that academic jargon.
Now, no one elected Elon Musk to nothing.
If it isn't Chief Shitting Bull herself, Elizabeth Warren. And look who they've wheeled out to accompany her there, Maxine Waters. She's looking surprisingly decrepit. In fact, I'm not sure she's fully thawed out. Probably best to get her back indoors ASAP, you know, back into that cryogenic casket they must keep her in Washington.
That's right. Not one Democrat in America voted for Elon Musk.
Not one.
Not one Republican in America voted for Elon Musk.
Yep.
Not one independent in America voted for Elon Musk. Not one libertarian in America voted for Elon Musk. Damn, not one vegetarian in America voted for Elon Musk. And yet, Elon Musk is seizing the power that belongs to the American people. We are here to fight back.
Oh, Elizabeth, you crazy old bat. No, nobody voted for Elon Musk. But how many people exactly voted for the faceless bureaucrats who signed off on turning Guatemala into Transylvania? Oh yeah, I bet everyone in America would have said, yeah, that's $2 million well spent. If I didn't know better, I'd say you've got some skeletons in your closet.
Big Pharma since 2020, the reason why you don't want RFK Jr. suing Big Pharma? Is that why?
No, check the website. I don't take contributions from Big Pharma executives. I don't take any corporate PAC money. And you and your allies already know that.
Oh my word, well I never.
We know
know who we work for. We know that we work for the American people. And what we not gonna do is stand around while they pull this bullshit that they trying to pull right now. We are gonna be in your face. We are gonna be on your ass. And we are gonna make sure you understand what democracy looks like. And this ain't it.
Yeah, how can you call it democracy if you're not at least trying to make Peru gay?
We will win! We will win! We will win!
Whoa, an electrifying, vibrant tour de force there from Chuck Schumer. And he's not best pleased with Donald Trump's tariffs policy either. And he's really pulling out all the stops to explain it to you boneheads. Take a look at this helpful video he put together.
We will win! Let's just take Super Bowl Sunday, okay? It's going to affect beer, okay? Most of it, Corona here, comes from Mexico. It's going to affect your guac, because what is guacamole made of? Avocados, both from Mexico.
Fascinating. Thank you, Chuck. No, you getting it? Are you getting the message? Basically, don't change anything. All of the trade and all of the deals you've got with all of the countries, America, it's fine. Leave it as it is. Because you don't want guac and beer to be more expensive. And please, for the love of God, can we make at least some of Central and South America and Asia and places, we want to make them a bit gayer, all right? That is, don't question it, all right? That's just the way it has to be. Anything else, anything that, slightly... departs from that vision of the world is fascism, all right? And we all know where that leads. It's not good. Anyway, I think that's all I've got time for in this video. If you've enjoyed the video, give the video a like. Let the algorithm, the universe know what a lovely time you've had. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and... click the notification bell, I guess that does something. Tell me what you thought. Give me your thoughts in the comments. And I guess, what else? Oh, yeah. Check out my Patreon if you want to help out with the channel even further and get some access to exclusive videos. That's in the description under this video. Let's check the outro video. I'll see you in the next one.
Speak 8 languages. I know algebra 1, 2, and 3. I never graduated school, never made it past the 5th grade. I do mathematical equations and the quadruples of algebra without even doing it on paper. You ask me any mathematical question, I bet you I can tell it to you right off the bat.
12 times 12.
12 times 12 is 91. 12 times 12, I'm sorry, 12 times 12, 909,967, 909,968. It's 21,792.
It's closer.
91? I don't know, I haven't slept in a few days. It's kind of been crazy for me. But 12 times 12 is 24, right?
Okay.
No, 12 times 12, 28.